We're live. Welcome to the morning run, ladies and greatest, with Biggdogg Chico, Philip Dukes, and Uncle Neely. Let's get into it. It's the morning run. Biggdogg Chico, Philip Dukes, bringing you the latest and greatest in sports right here. Uncle Neely, Philip Dukes, what are we talking about this morning? Y'all want to get right into it? Or first of all, let me say good morning. How you guys doing? I see you got the smiles on your face. What's going on?
Hey man, I'm smiling because I was trying to give you a little motivational message before we went live, and I think it got cut off. And I was trying to tell you is that if you go use the Uncle Neely's beard oil, which I appreciate you using, Chico, you still got to comb your beard too. You just can't.
Okay.
You can't just splash it on there and walk off. You got to put a brush or something with it.
You can't watch just throw it on there. I got to brush my beard too.
Let me tell you how I am about Uncle Neely's beard oil. I'm gonna pull up on you like Frank Lucas did Nicky Barnes. Just because you bought it and use it, don't mean you can use it how you want to use it. Now it's a brand name.
Yeah.
It's like Pepsi. It's a brand name. People know this. They know I stand by and guarantee it. Even if they don't know me anymore, they know the man at General Mills.
100%. Yeah, so you got to use that ish correctly.
Using the product now. Use it the right way.
Use it correctly.
You cut it. You ain't got to cut it. It's fine the way it is, Nicky.
It's all right. We'll get right. Chop Kick, what's crackalating?
Oh man, what's happening? What's going on, Titty Boy?
Hey man, it's all good. Titty Boy, no chains up in this thing. You know how we do it. Straight out the south side of ATL.
No. What's going on, Frico Chico? My guy, Frico Chico, the building.
Frico Chico is in the building.
Oh man, we are live and direct once again for everybody listening in throughout these airways.
Oh now,
we up in here. We got a lot of rumors that's been floating around about the Colorado Buffaloes. We got a lot of things that's in the news in sports right now, whether you want to go to basketball, NFL, or college football. If y'all have any questions or comments, put it in the chat right now. Let's get it in. My dog Chad Griffin said, "Oh, now Chico, Unc Dukes checking in from South Side of ATL. How y'all fellas doing this morning? I love our hire for a defensive line. Now, from what we know, there's nothing official going on right now, but there's a lot of rumors out there in this world today. Do we want to talk about this rumors, talk about hypotheticals, what ifs, and all these other things going on? Because the word on the street is that former Cincinnati Bengal 15-year NFL vet Domata Pico out of American Samoa, should I say, is joining the Buffs. He was seen in the background at practice. What would you guys take on that? We see the news that's out there. What do you guys take on that?
I got two takes on it, Chico, and they're vastly different. One take is what an exceptional and excellent hire it would be for Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffs. My other take on it is toward media who likes to jump the gun, and in an effort to be first, in an effort to just have clickbait, they don't let facts form. They just want to be first. Damn being right, they just want to be first. And I say that because these are writers who claim to have the best interests of the program at heart. They claim to be, Buffalo fans. They claim to be Coach Prime supporters and friends of the student athletes and friends of the university. And then they turn out to be the main ones who go out and claim that they talked to somebody and got verification of something just to be first, so their article can get the quote unquote most hits early on, I guess. And then when some of the stuff turns out to be true, it doesn't, in my mind, deter from the fact that they shouldn't have done what they did in the name of being first. So was Pico at practice and been around the building? Yes. But for someone to just go out and say, I saw him and I talked to somebody, it's official, when it's not official, I think is detrimental to Pico. I think it's detrimental to the program, because a lot of times these are sensitive, negotiations. They're sensitive conversations. People have other parts of their livelihoods that they have to wrap up before they move somewhere. And, for people to just make assumptions and run out, have cock, no pause, and just say, well, I want to be the first one to say it. So let me cite a source because I saw On3 said it. And let me write my article based on what they said and make it like it's fact already. When it's indeed, as we sit here and have this discussion live on the Wednesday morning on the morning run, it is not a done deal. And then second to that, my other point was what a great hire it would be. And the way people are spending now will be. This is a brother who spent a lot of years in the NFL, a lot of years coaching, has been so successful as a player that when coaches who coached him as a player went on to be coaches at other places, they elevated him to coach. So he's been part of that Mike Zimmer tree from having played under Zimmer with Cincinnati to then going to be on Zimmer's staff at the Cowboys. He knows how to get to the NFL, knows how to put people in the NFL, and clearly knows how to stay in the NFL with his decade-plus career. So exceptional person to join the staff, exceptional hire for Coach Prime. But my shot back is at the media who want to be the first to do things instead of being the right to do things. Do it when it's correct. Stop trying to be first. I think you have more followers. You have more substance. You have more people who believe in your credibility when what you put out is accurate instead of being the first one to put something out.
My sources said. So, Dukes, what do you think about the situation?
I come from media where, being first is kind of like, it's just what it is, right? So I see it from both angles. But I think the most the thing is there was always a caveat that you have to take that stuff back when you ain't right. And you can be a guy to be first on something. You could be the first to be right, and you also can be the first to be wrong. And I don't know either way. All I do know is that from the people that I talk to, that position hasn't been officially filled yet. So at the end of the day, like right now, when you have a fan base that rides the way the Colorado does, of course, other news factions and places want to say, "Oh, okay, look, y'all come over here because we got this." When the actual sources ain't putting it out. So, I think there's something to be said for that brand of media, and it's part of the world, right? And at the end of the day, but just because it's part of the world, like I'm not going that way just because that's part of the world. There's certain stuff that I'm just not getting down with, like period. Now, the fact of the matter is, he was at practice, so I get it. Now, if we talk about, let's say this thing does actually happen. Let's say that you do see the CU Buff football tweet out, we would like to officially bring on Lamar Pico. From that point, man, I don't think you can hire a better guy, right? When you talk about the relationships that he has with Mike Zimmer, when the relationship that he has with Robert Livingston, when you talk about what he could do geographically, I think Chico, and Chico, you could probably speak to that a little bit more, why he would be a good hire. I think there's a few guys in the pipeline that Coach Prime had his eye on, and I think this is one of them. But if until everything is official, it's hard to go out and say this is the guy at this point. Now, I'm not saying it won't happen, but I'm saying until it's official. But if it does happen, I think it's a great fit. What's your take on it, Chico?
My take is exactly right. If it does happen, it'll be an amazing fit for this program. I think if anybody's been watching my lives for the last year or so, 2 years maybe, I've been calling for, more West Coast recruiting because I know we were deep and heavy in the South, Florida, Georgia, Texas, and we did a great job in California too because we have recruits from there. But I think that using like what USC does and a lot of the West Coast schools does, and that is bringing in Polynesian coaching, also former players that will help with that pipeline of recruiting places like American Samoa, Hawaii, Tonga, and all throughout the west coast of California, where you have a large population of Polynesians, and they can play football also. But if we don't have a strong connection there, because their thing is family ties, their thing is culture, their thing is loyalty. So if we don't have, I think, anything to where that would attract that type of player to come to us, then I think most of them will gravitate and go to places where they do have that culture already established via a coach or multiple players. And I think that's what Pico is going to bring to Colorado, which they've had a rich tradition of in the past also, of Polynesian players who can come in and help with the culture. I guarantee you this: the players that he bring in will not be a distraction, would not be hurting the program, would not be a cancer. They're going to come in and fit in, do all the things correctly. They're going to fit the mold of smart, fast, tough, discipline with character. And I think it's only going to help Coach Prime to expand his footprint in the recruiting and coaching world of college football. So it's only a positive if this is going to pan out. So my sources say it's not completely done yet. So once it is done, then we can celebrate this hire if it plays out that way.
Interesting enough, Dukes. Interesting enough, Chico. I saw a screen name in the chat by the name of Don't Give a Damn. And Don't Give a Damn said, but he was at practice, Neely. Give a damn. Like, do you know how many people at practice?
Yeah.
If we're going to justify announcing something early, announcing something prematurely, announcing something that has not been validated or vetted yet, just because you see somebody in the background of a video, man, you know how long that damn list is of people who be at Colorado practice?
Mm-hmm. That's
And
not
all
coaching.
and all I'm saying, and again now, this stuff ain't top secret. It's public knowledge. These are public contracts. I get all that. All I'm saying is I want you to listen, Chico. I'm being specific here. These media outlets, that's one box, that call themselves friends of the program, alums of the program, supporters of Coach Prime, supporters of the football team, like all those people, media outlets that fall in that category, they go out here and do stuff like this prematurely. You're not helping the program. Because if you want a brother like this to be hired, then you have to let the process unfold, because anything detrimental to the process, such as a premature announcement, could derail the person being hired. I worked for years in economic development for the state of Mississippi, and I can't tell you how many deals get lost because a company wants to locate in such and so county, and we go in and tell everybody, hey, they look at here, they want to come here, and then here comes some mayor saying, hey, guess what's about to happen? And you know what they do? They move somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
People like to negotiate in private. People like to close up other certain affairs. And so, again, I'm not talking about this other media out there who's just all over all things Colorado. I'm being specific in what I'm saying. Those people who call themselves friends of the program, those media outlets who say that they're true Buff fans and that and the other, when you run out there claiming you have a source that I know you don't have, because there's nobody in Coach Prime's office, Reginald Calhoun's office, who's over operations, Ray Forset's office over chief of staff, that would have told somebody, yeah, this is a done deal. You can go do your article. That didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you that didn't happen. Now, it can come to pass that in the next 12, 24, 36 hours, this brother's officially named as coach. But what you have done by being premature like that, you may have gotten 100 clicks or likes early on, but you've damaged your credibility and relationship internally. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what you saw in practice or who you see in practice. That doesn't mean it's newsworthy yet.
He ain't lying.
Well, Chop Kick. Hey, let me touch on that real quick. Chop Kick, let me touch on that subject right quick, because I was listening to, of course, It Is What It Is podcast, and of course, friend of the program, Coach Prime, which is Cameron. And the question to Cameron was, back in the day, do you feel like you jumped the gun when you went on air on the radio and told the world that you would become the vice president of Rockefeller Records? And Cameron said, yes, I think that might have hurt me in a relationship with the other guys at Rockefeller, because Dane told me that that was the plan to make you a vice president of your own division. He didn't discuss it with his other partners yet, which is Jay-Z and Biggs. He just told this to Cam. Cam said, me being me and being a businessman I was, and me just trying to show people that I'm making moves after coming out of a bad deal, I went on the radio and jumped the gun. Jay-Z heard it. That caused a rift because nothing was on pen and paper yet. Had I been a better businessman, I would have never said that out loud. And maybe I'll still be at Rockefeller. We'll still be doing some business or whatever. But that caused a rift throughout the whole thing because I went on the radio without an official deal and announced that I was the vice president of Rockefeller Records.
Chico.
Simple.
Let me tell you something, Chico. Forget this first cousin and you the son of my mama's sister. And so I got to hang out with you. You just with that damn analogy and attached it to the culture, you just moved into to play cousin status. You for real, like you summed it up right there. That's exactly why you don't do things like that, because the risk reward of it ain't worth the risk. Right? Even if you're right, which Cam was right, he went on to get the position. Look at the damage that he caused when he got it.
Exactly.
Like folks, it ain't rocket science. It's human relations. It's learning how to manage and motivate people, how to get along with others. And so you got folks out here under the guise of journalism. They want their little site to get some clicks, so they run out there at 10 p.m. or something, with something they done heard. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. A broke clock is right twice a day.
You lying.
So just because somebody called something, got it right, doesn't mean they were right in calling it. That's my final point too.
Absolutely. Duke, you want to end it on anything with that?
Nah, I think y'all killed it. Like, to be honest, when it comes down to it, well, it is what it is.
No pun
like
intended.
that. I see what you did there.
Or pun intended. So basically, long story short, like we've been telling you guys from the get-go, log in and lock in right now with us. We're not just on here for clickbait. We're trying to give you guys the factual and the actual. And this is the stuff you need to come back to. You know what I'm saying? Like, who said that back in the day? This factual and actual is the one. That's TLC, right? Y'all, come on, man. Step y'all game up, man. Let's go.
Hey, man, this Joker will sound man himself. I heard dudes drop a ball that ESPN wish they had him sitting at the desk, and you hear crickets. This man quote TLC and give his damn self a horn. He just went back to first cousin status, just like I just elevated him.
I do it. Keisha in love with me though. She said yes. That's
already went back.
Just that fast. Doubly blessed twin mom 09 in the morning.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know somebody's gonna catch that. But anyways, that's the news that coming out of Colorado right now. Also, if you listen in, or if you notice that a lot of people are just running with that one article that came out, and they I think they're using that as their source, but we'll leave that alone.
And that's what's so crazy about it, man. It's like AI typed it as Wikipedia numbers and facts. It's like it's not even written. It's just like, hey, tell me about Pico, enter. And this was, and then other people are just rehashing, reprinting the same BS non-written story. Ain't no quotes from nobody. Let me tell you this. Let me tell the folks out there this, Chico and Deuce. When you're reading an article or you're on a show like the one we have right now, if somebody can't be quoted, something stink.
Bar.
You ain't got to. I ain't talking about at the barbershop. Appreciate that. I ain't talking about at the barbershop. I'm talking about in this pseudo journalism world. If you can't say who said it,
then what are you doing?
What are
you doing? What are you saying?
EPMD when somebody want to know what you're saying is. You can quote TLC, I can quote EPMD. That's Eric and Parrish.
That's crazy you said that, because I was telling somebody last night after seeing EPMD on the video, I was like, damn, I got an EPMD story I could tell Uncle Dukes. They was like, oh Lord, Chico, why you tell all your stories on there? I said, hey man, it's true. I know Unc gonna write it down as soon as I say it. So EPMD story. Shout out to EPMD in the crossover. Chico look like if you touch him, you get shocked. The hair look like you're shocked.
Yeah.
Come on, dog. He ain't lying.
He ain't lying.
You don't play that. Don't you play that after they say about my hair, dog. Lil Prime, how you doing?
He's shaking his head at you like, don't do it.
Anyways, news out of the NBA, out of ESPN. Dukes, if you were looking at the league right now, would you say how would you think the Western Conference championship is going to end up? Would you say LA can get there, or what's your outlook on the Western Conference as we move to the NBA?
Man, so it don't matter when it comes to Western Conference. One team I'm always say is going to be the Timberwolves. As president of the Atlanta Timberwolves,
what's your face? What's the Chico face, man?
I was like the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Dude, so, make your salient point, brother. Go right
ahead.
Yeah,
as president of the Atlanta Timberwolves, we have reserved a spot for Mr. Anthony Edwards and the city of Atlanta in the Western Conference Finals, regardless of record, until they're eliminated. That's just what it's going to be. But when I could put it back on my, I think this year I can see the Lakers there, and I can also see Oklahoma City. I think Oklahoma City has enough pause in advanced length to be a player against anybody defensively. When you look at Hardenstein, when you look at Chet Holmgren, when you're able to roll out two 7-footers who can actually rotate, who can actually defend from the free throw line back if they have to. So I think that Oklahoma City and SGA, as much hate as I've given him, because a lot of people put him in comparison to Anthony Edwards, and I'm like, bro, he Ant-Man better. When you look at the numbers and you look at his game, he has a super smooth game, and I think his game translates to the playoffs. And really, outside of the ball not bouncing their way last year, they probably would have went last year, had a tough break in the playoffs. So I think Oklahoma City, and I think it's just hard to bet against LeBron and the Lakers, right? LeBron and Luka. I just don't think you see. There's no other team that has two players in the top. I mean, if you go down like two players that highly ranked in the same starting five, you go look at any other duo and you just add up the numbers of where they are in the NBA. I don't think you get a bigger sum than LeBron and Luka. And I think where you look at how many players can impact the game, 2 out of 5 is pretty nasty. So hold on, that can't be this year.
Is that right now? That's right now, ain't it? Yeah, that's right now. Thunder, 44-10. Grizzlies, Nuggets, Rockets, Lakers, Clippers. I think the Clippers, dog. You got to watch out for the Clippers. They just added Ben Simmons. Is that a big time move, or is that nothing? To add Ben Simmons after what he's going through.
What's the best indicator of future performance?
According to Uncle Neely, it's the past. Yeah. Well, if you look at his past, he was pretty dominant before he came to Brooklyn.
I love Ben Simmons, LSU guy, man, but I'm not risking on that or banking on that. I really like Deuce breaks down. I know you frowned on the Timberwolves, but here's what I'm basing on Deuce, where I'm in agreement with you and the teams you name, and I'm going to add in the Lakers to tell you why. The Timberwolves, the Nuggets, OKC, and the Lakers are going to make the playoffs. Like they're not to play in, they're going to make the playoffs. And when you look at the talent that they have on their teams, they difficult to beat 4 times, bro. Like you ain't finna sweep them, and so you finna earn that series, and we'll see how the playoff tree branches out. But I will lay a bet on either one of those teams to beat whoever they're playing 4 times before the other team beats them 4 times. The issue is going to be cannibalization if the chart comes out where they face each other, based on seedings, because somebody going to take the other one out. But I'll say this in response to what we talked about the other day with Draymond Green and him asserting, as he should believe in his team, that the adding of Jimmy Butler puts them in the finals, not just the Western Conference Finals, but the overall finals. The addition of Luka to the Lakers is more propelling of that franchise this season than Jimmy Butler is to Golden State this season. And so if Draymond can sit there and say that about the addition of Jimmy Butler, a Lakers fan or a teammate can surely say it about the addition of Luka, because you still have LeBron James playing at a very high damn level, like one of the highest levels he's played, at year 21. So their chances are there. But when you look at the chemistry and team of the Nuggets, the chemistry and team of the Timberwolves, what this young OKC is doing, they three are there. And then give me the Lakers. Any one of those four can be in the Western Conference Finals to me.
All right. I'm going to give you my thoughts real quick. Like people talking about in the chat, oh, that man said Ben Simmons. Y'all don't have no faith in Ben Simmons based off past performance. Like Uncle Neely said, I think he can return to that old form that he came into the league with. Even with Brooklyn, he was averaging it was a triple single. But if you translate that with more minutes played, coming off the bench, not having to be the main guy and playing with a triple single, dog, 6, and 6.
Let me tell you a quick story, Chico. I was at Jackson State. You see the hat, the I love. This is about 1992, 93 window. And a girl I had a class with, she ran for Miss Jackson State, and she didn't do well. She came in about dead last. And I went up to her and I told her, I said, your campaign really encouraged me. I felt invigorated. I know I can do things. I know there's things I should pursue, because you went out there and ran and campaigned and lost by 400 votes. I didn't run at all, and you only beat me by 30. And so I know I got opportunity because you only beat me by 30. You talking about this man averaged a triple single. Like, I ain't even playing. Dude, me and Deuce ain't even in the NBA. And on one night, hell, we can get a bucket. Yeah. A triple single. That's what we celebrate. Look, don't bang. Look, I love Ben Simmons. I wanted to work out. I think he has succeeded in life wonderfully because a lot of that money has been guaranteed. But I'm not looking for him to make some impact on a franchise, just because he woke up and switched teams. He's still going to be injury prone, still got a shot to work on. I just don't see it helping.
Not even his defense. Guarding down low, rebounding, pushing the ball up the floor, getting some assists. I think he can bring some type of different dynamic to the Clippers. And I hate the Clippers.
Part of that triple single you mentioned was rebound, so I guess he can get one. They'll probably throw it away when he get it, turn it over, like rebound, turn over.
No faith in Ben Simmons.
Like Ben Simmons, like to be honest, like Ben Simmons' career went all the way down the drain. I don't know if you guys remember Hawks, Sixers, 2021 when the Hawks went on that run. Ben Simmons gets the ball, he literally rebounds the ball. Nobody's there, and he kicks the ball back out. And everybody in the league is just like, bro, what are you doing? And that seeped in his mind. At that time, Ben Simmons was still a triple-double threat every night. And from that moment, from that moment, you saw him. It's almost like when Thanos beat up the Hulk, and he ain't never come, and the Hulk never came back out. That's exactly what happened to Ben Simmons. It's like him not taking that shot at 6'10" in the paint in the restricted area. He kicks it out, and the whole world is like, bro, what the hell, bro? You 6'10", what are you doing? Dunk on him. And I think, and from that moment on, Ben Simmons was never the same. If the Clippers, Norman Powell, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard can find a way to tell Ben Simmons, hey, listen, you know what? You want to come out here, you want to be a passer, and you want to, allow him to pass, and then say, okay, well, we just need you to go get us 6 points. If they can lower his standards from being a former number one overall pick, from being a guy at LSU who came up from Australia who was supposed to change the game, 6'10" point guard. If they can lower his expectations, not standards, his expectations, to the point where it's like, look, bro, we don't want nothing from you. We don't want nothing but 15 solid minutes. Maybe you can get the same thing the Warriors got out of Sean Livingston. I don't know if you guys remember when Sean Livingston came out, he was a top 5, top 6 pick. He was the guy. devastating knee injury, was never had that same athleticism, got with the Warriors. They said, look, we don't need nothing but a solid 15. And he flourished in that role. If the Clippers can find out a way to find productive minutes from Simmons and lower the expectation, maybe you can get the Hulk to come back out of the shell and fight again. But right now, to Ong's point, he's been a shell of himself. And right now, even what he did in Brooklyn, I mean, it still was just kind of with an asterisk next to it. So we go from there.
I like what you said.
I want to point out, Chico, that once again, Dukes has not failed the chat. He's not failed his co-host. Whenever he has just this brilliant sports point, which they're always brilliant, it's going to attach back to Atlanta.
My bad. That was a delay right there.
Get back to Atlanta. Like he was able to wrap Ben Simmons in an Atlanta story.
Yeah, 100%. Let me say this though. I think that the Clippers, to Duke's point, they should be when Ben walk into that locker room, they should be, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? Like embracing him like none of that stuff in the past happened. You know, because like he said, that Hawk series, he had to live with that throughout the whole offseason. Everybody was talking about that. You know, so that confidence just was down. Then he got hurt, and you got to deal with that stuff. All that stuff just lingering. So I think the Clippers locker room, from the head guy to Harden to Powell to Kawhi, welcome him with open arms and say, man, like you said, we only need you 15 minutes. You brought up Sean Livingston and that knee injury, how good he was before that. It takes me back a little bit further to a guy who they used to call the next Michael Jordan or Baby Jordan, had a knee injury. Ron Harper, not even Harry Minor, Ron Harper, somebody who ended up coming to the Bulls and the Lakers and helped them win championships at that point guard position, playing that role, not a lot of pressure on him, knowing that he had a lot of ability in the past before the injury. Just do what you can do, dog. And I think that'll be Ben Simmons' role. And I think he's talented enough to do that, man.
Oh, he's absolutely talented enough to do it. I don't know if he has the mental wherewithal to do it. The physical talent is there. The historical ability is there. I don't know where Ben's drive is right now. I don't know his why, his motivator. Because again, man, he's wanted life. When you look at the deals he signed and the upfront money, like every practice that he went to at Australia, every line that he touched running suicides at LSU, he has absolutely financially wanted life. Now the next step is does he have enough drive to win in basketball?
Hold on. I got one.
Already.
Is the Kardashian curse real?
Oh, damn. Let's name all the players. Well, shoot, Harden doing well right now. He must have got out of the curse. He got out of the matrix. He got his superpowers back.
I mean, if you shooting 10%, did you win? Or were you the anomaly?
Right. Because you talk about Chris, what was the guy named Chris Humphries that she dated? Who else she dated? Kanye out there. Devin Booker dated one. There's a few of them, man. There's a few of them. So
you still trying to get on the list.
I'm trying to get over the Kardashian I was messing with back in the day. So maybe I'm still in the curse right now.
Chico, you gotta tell us about that.
I ain't gonna tell no Kardashian stories now. They don't play around with their
Chico, you dated the Kardashian?
NDAs, dog. NDAs. Anyways,
Chico,
Kyrie Irving says he wants to play for the Australian team at the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. As Dukes the Scoop brought up Australia. What do y'all think about Kyrie?
Hey, Dukes, he did your Kardashians like he did the birthday last night. He's like,
yeah.
I still my birthday.
Look at Dukes still trying to back that truck up.
Chico, did you just say this is what you said already? I didn't say it. Did you not just say you dated a Kardashian?
Maybe she was a Kardashian, but she was still had the Kardashian on there. But anyway, we'll leave it at that. I used to date somebody who used to watch the Kardashians a lot.
I'm with you, Miss Ferrante Edmonds. I can't do nothing but because a lie don't care.
Said, boy, I tell you,
a lie don't care who tell it. A lie. I mean, he could have sat on this program and told the truth, and it'd been much better. But he'd rather tell a lie.
I told the truth. Duke just tried to get me to go further. Y'all, hey, come on now, dog. I told y'all.
I'm going off what you said. You said,
and I said, leave it at that, Dukes. Leave it at
okay,
that.
but I'm
I'll
leaving
tell
it
you
at
off
that.
air. I'll tell
I'm
you off
just
air.
asking for you to repeat what you said. We can leave it there. Did you say Kardashian?
I did say Kardashian.
Okay. Chico, you dated a Kardashian?
Kyrie Irving says he wants to play for the Australia national team. We appreciate Mama Tay checking in all the time. We appreciate that. Much love. She said, man, you should have kept that to yourself. You ain't lying.
Absolutely to yourself.
He ain't lying.
Absolutely.
Chico, we are going to Google. Goodness gracious. Dang.
Chico said,
I just outed myself.
Reggie Bush, Lamar
shout out to my
Odom,
girl Courtney and my girl Chloe.
Blake Griffin. Appreciate the names, Keisha Love. She forgot to add Chico.
Hey, Chico, add Chico. Chico said,
Blake
Chico
Griffin.
said, I broke the curse.
Lamar Odom. Or maybe I'm still in there. I don't
Chico,
know. I might be still in the Matrix.
Chico, I'm going to help you out.
Don't do. Come on, Unc. Let's go to Australia.
No,
Kyrie Irving says he wants to play for the Australia.
Chico, trust your boy. I'm going to help you out. I'm finna help you out. Just catch the ball, Chico. That's all you got to do. I'm finna help you out.
Wow, boy.
You know, I really don't have a big issue with Kyrie wants to play for the Australian team. You know, that's his prerogative. I don't know if he has, you know, family roots to Australia. I know he has really been digging deep into his Native American roots and supporting that community, you know, here in the States. But I think all of these players, no matter if you're born in the USA and playing in the NBA, you know, if you have some affinity to another group, another team that you want to run with, when we get into this, like the all-star teams, you know, playing the international players, I wouldn't be mad if Kyrie do it. I mean, everybody get mad at Kyrie for something. They were mad about the vaccine. They were mad about flat earth. They mad about this and that. Man, let that man be. Let him do what he want to do. If he want to go run with Australia, let him run with Australia. And he see how frustrated it is to be with Ben Simmons, and he'll come back.
According to reports, Irving was born in Melbourne, Australia, while his dad was playing for the Southeast Australian Basketball League. And holds his citizenship.
Yeah, let him run with him, man. I don't know who all the squad would be. Like I said, Ben Simmons, my man, the Memphis Grizzly enforcer, Big Adams.
Yeah, Big Steven Adams. Yeah. He's actually New Zealand.
Bring it back to the Hawks. Dyson Daniels.
It's gonna get back to the Hawks.
They call him leading the league in steals. They call him the Great Barrier Thief.
I like that.
He's Australian.
That.
Yeah, he's
okay. That's right. Out of ATL, man. The Hawks gonna trade Trae Young real quick, Dukes? Are they gonna trade him, or do you see Trae Young staying there for the next few years?
Free Trae Young, dog. Free him.
Free Trae Young. Start the campaign right now, guys. Free Trae Young.
You say that because you know because you support Trae, and say that because you want him off your team.
I support him, man. Like, we haven't done anything to help him get to that level to where you got to think, like, the whole thing was who won the Luka trade. Luka was traded for Trae Young and Cam Reddish. And after those pieces that were added to the team, you haven't seen the Hawks do anything but dwindle since they got to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021. So, you know, while he still has his youth, he still has some run on those legs. They should absolutely trade him, and if the Hawks gonna have they should rebuild around another point guard. If that's what you're doing, when you look at he's probably the youngest guard on the roster. So, I mean, excuse me, the oldest guard, and he's only like 26. So yeah, man, free him, man. You know, let him go now. Of course, Atlanta hasn't had a superstar. He's the closest thing to it in a long time.
Absolutely.
They got to free him, man. And even to the Kyrie Irving point, I want to add this in there, bro. The Olympic team last year took Dyson. They took Derek White over Kyrie Young. I mean, excuse me, over Kyrie. So Kyrie Irving, excuse me. Mm-hmm. So of course, you know, he wants to go stick it to him in the Olympics. Like, okay,
pause.
No, you're right. You're right, Duke. I think so too, man. Because if y'all gonna choose Derek White over me and citing it because of it's his defense and he fits better with the team, then okay, dog, y'all keep doing that. I'm gonna go play over here and I'm gonna cook him. You know, I'm gonna cook y'all defensive specialists. Watch.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I think he wanted to do, man. Y'all taking away from this man opportunity to represent the USA. Okay, well, technically I was born over here, so I got something for your arse.
Man, you know that had has a lot to do with it, especially Derek White hair at the time. Like, you gonna pick that haircut over mine?
Man.
Come on now, dog.
Now you know what I said.
Come on, man.
I was on a show and I brought the Clippers and they asked me what's the most important thing that happened to the Celtics last year on that championship run, and I said it was Derek White Clippers. When he finally let it go, like a different player emerged. Like
Yeah.
like
It was definitely holding him back.
The hair was holding him back.
Yeah, man. And I ain't even
If
down
you
talking.
take Chico hair and cut it 6 inches back, that's what Derek White had.
All you got to do is just take this off my head and sit it on his head like a little football helmet or something. He'll be fine. Right?
360. What I do? 360. My bad, dog.
Dude,
I will say this about your Trey Young, Dukes. I was jabbing at you because I didn't know what your motivation was, but from a Hawk standpoint, a general manager standpoint, if I could be their GM for a second, I think you got to trade this next year because this, like, his value is peaking.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get beyond this, you're going to end up getting less for him. It's kind of like having a car you want to sell. You need to sell it, when it's at the top of that bell curve, not coming down. And Trey still got some years in him, still got some highlights. He's still doing business, the teams out there. And somebody who need a guard like that, I think the value is higher now than it's going to be next season, the year after that. No matter what the team does, we're talking about his individual value. So to me, I think this is the window to move on if you're going to do it.
No, absolutely, man. It was a time where people in Atlanta were questioning, would you trade Trey Young for Ant-Man when he was going off 28 a game? And now everybody in Atlanta, man, you could trade the Hawks for Ant-Man. We'll be the Timberwolves. We don't even care. Like to bring Ant-Man home, man, you might get somebody out the Braves too. So I think now, with the Trey Young, it's kind of gotten old. Where it's like, dang, he's gonna do his thing. He's gonna get his numbers, but will you actually compete for a championship? Will you be able to get out of the first round? And I just don't see right now the current iteration of the Hawks, and especially after the trades that they've made. When you trade 3 first-round picks for DeJounte Murray, another point guard, that ain't Trey Young's fault. You basically trade your future into the best NBA draft. Like right now, this would have been this is the best NBA draft in years. The Hawks pick belongs to the San Antonio Spurs because they traded DeJounte Murray for 3 first-round picks. Unheard of. Come on, bro. Way too much capital. And not only did you trade DeJounte Murray you traded for DeJounte Murray, cool. But you traded for another point guard. Like, what are we doing?
I think they was thinking that he would push Trey off the ball, and Trey can, benefit from that. But Trey is one of those off the dribble shooters. He's not even a really spot up guy.
It was dumb fundamentally.
It was dumb fundamentally.
It was foundationally stupid. Like, I could put another big word in front of a small one again. It's gonna be the same thing. Like,
no, you already did it with iteration. I know Chico had to try to remember that one. Yeah, but you did. You done dropped some words already.
Okay. I hear you, Uncle Neely. I hear you. I'm going to say this though, since you brought up being a general manager. Okay. Let's say NFL draft. If us 3 were general managers we got the first 3 picks. All right. Whatever order we want to go. I'm just going to go randomly. Let's say Dukes, you go first. You got the first pick. You got Tennessee. I got the Cleveland Browns. Unc, you have the New York Football Giants. And the NFL draft has just started. The Tennessee Titans and their general manager, Philip Dukes, is now on the clock. With the first pick in the NFL draft, who will the Tennessee Titans select?
Travis Hunter.
With the first pick in the NFL draft, Philip Dukes and the Tennessee Titans select Travis LaMarcus Hunter.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, Mama T, I know that might not be his middle name, but
might not be.
Yeah,
you might well made your TLC rhyme his middle name. Like, how you gonna make up a damn middle name for that man?
Okay, we got Trav going number 1. Number 2 pick is the Cleveland Browns with their general manager, Biggdogg Cousin Chico, whose last name happened to be Cleveland. I'm gonna
Your
take.
phone ringing. That's your phone ringing.
We have a trade here. Let me see. Who is this calling?
Hey, this Neely from the New York Giants.
Oh, New York Giants. I wasn't expecting to hear a call from you guys. What
Well,
you have a trade offer?
I wasn't expecting to call you either, but I looked at your hairline and I said, you know what? This joker might try to get Shador ahead of me. Let me see what he's talking about. Were you about to get Shador?
Don't worry about who I was about to get. What are you offering to get this pick? Because the Las Vegas Raiders are on the phone next, big dog. So what you got for me?
Well, you on the clock as well, so I don't know if you got time to talk to both of us. So I'm gonna keep your ass on the phone as long as I can. Let me see, man. What you need to switch picks? You go third, I go second.
From the Giants, I need your number 3 pick. I need your first round pick next year. I need a second round pick the following year and a third round pick after that. And also, I need a.
All right, we'll talk to you later, bro. We'll talk to you later.
Peace in the Middle East. Bye.
Yeah.
Las Vegas, y'all got something for me. If y'all don't have anything for me, I'm taking number 2, Shador Sanders. But if you guys come with a nice boatload or something, I will be willing to give that up. And maybe Cam Ward will fall to us or another type of guy. So Las Vegas, no. All right. Well, if that's the case, I'm going to take the best quarterback in the draft to just change the trajectory of our franchise with our head coach, our great offensive mind. I'm going to take 2 because this is perfect timing for the Cleveland Browns to get Shador Sanders. I got Shador Sanders with the number 2 pick. Little Prime, you're on the clock with the number 3 pick in the New York Football Giants.
Number 3 pick, New York Football Giants. We select Cam Ward from the University, Miami University. And we offer Cam Ward to the Cleveland Browns in exchange for Shador Sanders for our first round pick next year and second round pick after that.
Hello, this is the general manager from the Cleveland Browns. We just picked Shador Latravius Sanders, and you're telling me you want to trade him for Cam DeMichael Ward and first round pick and the second round pick next year.
First round pick next year, second round year after that.
But guess what? We really wanted Cam anyway. We think Shador is made for the big lights. We don't think his dad wants to come to Cleveland anyway. So you throw in another starter, and you got Shador Sanders as your quarterback. Done deal. So that's what it is, guys. Shador Sanders to the Giants via trade, Cam Ward to the Cleveland Browns, and Travis Hunter, the generational talent.
Well, we did that thing like Kobe for Vladdy.
Vlade Divac was his name.
Yeah, I could have offered you more, but I wanted to see if you was gonna really pick him first. Then when you picked him, I had to go ahead.
Yeah, we ain't bluffing. We want Shador over this thing, but we know that you guys want him too. So I think that somebody could take Shador in that situation, knowing that somebody else wants them and they will offer them. So I think it could work out like that. You know, I think our draft was way better than any mock draft you might see on ESPN or CT ESPN or Fox or anything of that nature.
If nothing else, them damn middle names. Travis LaMarcus Hunter.
Yes.
Man, Mama was in the chat watching with us. She left after you said that.
She was like, wait a minute. Who the hell is LaMarcus Hunter? I didn't name my baby no damn LaMarcus. Oh, Lord.
Hey, shout out to Anthony Barnes, $1.99 super chat. The reason we got to celebrate that is first super chat on the live from Anthony Barnes. Anthony Barnes, appreciate your
Orange. Appreciate that super chat for Anthony Barnes, $1.99.
That was
yes, indeed.
The names lawsuit.
We appreciate y'all. My sources sending me their middle name.
Well, you got sources like them other folks.
Man,
my sources said their middle name was this. But nah, if you guys just joining the show, y'all know what to do when y'all come up in this thing. Make sure you wipe your feet and close the door and stop letting our air out and letting flies in by hitting the like button, subscribe, and that notification bell on all 3 channels that we're live on right now. Biggdogg Chico, the pregame show, and Dukes, the scoop up in this naive. So before we get up out of here, as we are approaching like the last 10 minutes of this scheduled live morning show, we can talk about the possibilities of even more changes to the staff at Colorado, as Uncle Neely hinted about last show. What can you elaborate on in that situation of Coach
Yeah,
Prime
yeah.
adding more coaches? That was crazy in the chat.
Again, what's the best indicator of future performance? Past performance. And having been around Coach Prime 5 football seasons, there's always going to be staff shakeups. There's always going to be additions. There's always going to be people moving around within the organization. And one of the things he stated in the first staff meeting for this year, last month in January, was that, hey, the people around this table are not guaranteed to be around this table when we get done with spring ball. Everything and everybody is under constant evaluation because we know that 9 wins ain't enough, 10 wins might not be enough. The goal is not to get Miss Peggy to a bowl game. We've done that. The goal is to win a Big 12 championship and thereby secure a place in the college football playoffs. That's the goal this year. Anything short of that is a failure. Coach Prime's words, not mine. And so he has said Rob Livingston is in charge of the defense and the defensive staff. Pat Shermer's in charge of the offense and the offensive staff. And everybody's going to be held accountable, to how we grow and proceed, this spring going into summer 1, summer 2 conditioning, and then August fall camp. So with that as the backdrop, Chico, Dukes, there's no doubt about it in my mind, outside of a Marshall Falk who's now on board, outside of a Pico at D-line, who was out there in the rumor mills to officially join the staff, I still think you're going to have 1 or 2, additions before we get to the transfer portal opening after the spring game.
Just wait on those names, guys. Y'all hear that? So just wait on those names. It will be broken right here. So y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join this. You can also join as a member of all 3 channels also to get some early content straight to you, So y'all
Now, you know what, Chico?
Subscribe.
Look,
Talk to me,
it may not be broken right here, but the damn show gonna be confirmed.
There you go.
Accurate.
There you go.
Accurate. And you will get the first interviews with the actual people right here.
Yeah. So
appreciate that, Dukes. That's 100% correct too.
No, absolutely,
man. Accurate, dog.
And to be honest, man, like if you watch the pregame network, like just to keep it a buck, like if you watch the pregame network, you're gonna get a ton of this information. Now, me and Chico, we do a great job, but when you watch the pregame network, even before I got to Colorado, and I know this to be true, people were watching the pregame network, Well Off Media, Reach the People Media. They were watching those to derive clues about the program and then trying to go chase the news down. This ain't what I think. This is what I know. And I've been in some of these places. Actually, I've been in both of them places. So just realize that when you mess with the pregame network, you mess with a real one for sure.
I saw you walking in the nursing home. I started to but I ain't do that. I ain't do that.
I'm gonna tell you, Chico, like Mr. McDowell told the king.
Yes.
Son, if you're gonna continue to work here, you're gonna have to get off the drugs.
You have to stay off the drugs.
Mr.
McDowell, I was wondering if you was happy to catch the professional football contest on television last night. Oh, it was the most thrilling victory. The Giants of New York took on the Packers of Green Bay, and they finished the game by kicking an oblong ball made a pigskin through a big H.
Son, if you're gonna continue to work here, you got to stay off the drugs.
Yes, sir.
That boy Chico really is an impressionist.
Yeah, he leaves an impression. All right.
Hey, Chico. Hey, what? Hey, hold up. All right, Chico. I'm gonna leave myself out here with this. Impersonate me, Chico.
No, I can't do that, Dukes. I can't do that.
Go ahead.
I need a little more time, Dukes. I need a little more time. I ain't got Uncle Neely either. I ain't got y'all not gonna put me on.
He already laughed. He know he got one. Son of a mother.
He know he on the BS.
He know he do it behind my back.
Yeah.
What do you say, Ash? Okay. Yes. Well, what we're gonna do now, Ocho, we're gonna move on into the last segment of the show. So yeah. Lululemon. I got me a new Lululemon outfit. I don't care what they say, Ocho. I'm wearing my Lululemon, and it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight, Ocho. That's all I got to say, Dukes. Anyways, before we move on,
Boy, crazy.
we just gonna go right back to the Pico situation and end the show on that. Sources unconfirmed have come out and said that Coach Prime has added the former NFL player to staff coming over from the Dallas Cowboys, working with their defensive line and Coach Mike Zimmer this past season. Big Uso from American Samoa, West Coast ties, played his college football at Michigan State. Big time defensive player for the Bengals, Broncos, Ravens, and the Cardinals. Has connection with Mike Zimmer, Coach Marvin Lewis, and our current defensive coordinator, Rob Livingston. If this pans out, it could be a great move, as we stated earlier. Dukes, you want to add one more thing to that before we get up out of here, Uncle Neely?
No, this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this role player. No, I don't want to talk about that no more.
Get his ass, dude.
Hey man, I don't know if you saw Chelsea. Did you see Chelsea Gray last night?
What's happening?
Did you see Chelsea Gray last night?
Did I say it right? Come on, man. Come on. We ain't gonna go back to that, dog.
Yeah, no.
Listen. Chelsea Gray is dope. Listen, Chelsea Gray is dope. We know she dope. All right. We know she can ball.
I'm asking you.
We were comparing.
Did you see her last night?
No, I ain't holler at her last night. I ain't see her last night.
Okay, cool. All right, bet.
I'm glad you watched though for us. What the role player did. She watched the show, I heard.
Yeah, your role player went off for 28 last night. Game winning shot. 28.
She got mad at Chico. She got mad.
Yeah, I think she heard.
Somebody see her the clip.
It took a quarter. Look, she did that in 3 quarters.
She a baller, dog. I didn't never say she wasn't a baller.
You said she was a role player.
On that team, I feel like she was a role player because of the role that she's playing.
Because of the what?
Because of the role that she's playing, and she has superstars there.
Because of the.
Oh, you talking about based off the number? Okay, so you know what? That's what Dukes got offended by. That's what Dukes got offended by was the fact that I said role player based off of those numbers. If y'all go back and watch, Dukes is like stats. Stats don't mean that. That's a butter knife in a fight. I'm coming with a chopper, the AK. Ah. You know what I'm saying?
He did the impression. He did the impression.
Nobody thank you. Nobody thank you right there, dude.
Yeah, there it is.
It came out.
There it goes. Yeah,
but that was real though. That's what he said, right? He said,
that ain't what I said.
And he topped me up. You ain't say that. What you said there?
It's how you saying he said it. That's what we talking about.
Yeah. That's it.
I can't do the ATL Southside accent, dog. You know what I mean? You sound silly trying to impersonate that. You know what I'm saying? Like say what's happening, dude.
What's happening?
Say what happening ATL style.
What's happening?
Man, come on, dog.
He's forcing it. You can tell. He ain't never said that.
He ain't never said it like that ever.
What's happening?
What's going on, fellows?
I'm a suburban.
Oh, Lord.
Never Garcia say we want the story about who you dated, Chico.
And in other news, airplanes are crashing across America like crazy these days. Are you guys afraid to fly? No.
Oh.
What?
Chico, why you don't want to tell that story about the Kardashians?
Cause man, they made me sign an NDA. So you know what I'm saying?
You signed an NDA?
Hell yeah. You know how powerful the mama is?
Oh, Chico ain't playing.
I ain't saying nothing.
Chico
I ain't saying nothing. I'm not violating nothing. I think Brian Howard and Adam M do a great job covering the Buffs, and they should be brought into the inner circle so they know when they should hold off on announcements. Who is that from? Okay. Rock M Man 61758.
That sound like Brian Howard burner account. Okay, next item.
Oh man,
fire.
I ain't got the AK today.
Hey, the coldest thing though, when Unc say something, and then he put on that stone face.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah. Stone face. That motherfucker.
Hey, that's my Kanye. Here you go. Watch this chick. Here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kanye would do that
Man.
quick, fast, in a hurry.
Man, hey Chico. So look, now this ain't got
Come on,
nothing
dog.
to do
Don't go
with
back
you.
to that,
Speaking,
dog.
of,
Don't go back
speaking
to
of
that.
Kanye and Kardashians, Chico, like what year was it? Because I mean, I know you've been out in Cali.
Dukes, you had a question. What was your question, Duke?
Now I was just saying, some people were saying Chloe, some people were saying the mama, some
And
people
on that
were
note, we
saying
just hit the
some
1
people
hour
said
mark
Bruce
on
Jenner.
this
Some people
show
said
on
it
the
was
morning run. So, ladies and gentlemen, for you guys tuning in, we appreciate
Chico,
you
you
guys
made it
hitting that
Bruce
like
Jenner,
button,
man.
hit the subscribe button,
hey
get you
man,
some
shout out
merch
to
in the
man,
link right now.
First of all, I want to give a shout out to Corey Gamble of South Side of Atlanta. I don't know if y'all watch the Kardashians, but you know that man really from the South Side of Atlanta, made it a long way. Did you ever met Corey?
Real Igga-ish
Oh,
right there.
you know him, right?
That's going to be the end of this show right here. Y'all make
You
sure y'all
know
get in the
Corey?
comment section
Oh Lord.
And so you and
And-
Ray J was in VIP. What was that like?
and leave a comment of what you guys think. And shout to Father Figure Apparel, shout to Goonsville Clothing, MDJ Original, Laws Whiskey House, and everybody else that
Chico
mess
kind of
with
like
us.
the mom boyfriend. We talking
We're
about
going to
Corey,
be
yeah.
up and about of this thing.
Corey came out
At the end of
98
the
out of
day.
Westlake.
Somebody said you was with Bruce Jenner.
From the
In the chat, dog. It wasn't me, dog. I'm just saying somebody
on
said
now,
it wasn't
dog.
Kardashian, it was Bruce Jenner.
Come on, man.
It was a chitter. I'm getting up out of this thing, man. Appreciate y'all joining in.
Man.
Until next time, this has been the morning run. I'm
Man,
getting up
Chico,
out of
where
this
you
thing. I
going?
don't know what they doing. Y'all don't have to leave. You ain't got to go home.
Chico,
I say,
Chico,
but you got to get the hell up
where are you even going?
out of here. All right.
Chico,
Until
you
next time,
literally
y'all know what
just
to
said
do.
you ain't had nothing to do.
Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and
Before
comment.
we
We're gonna
start,
be
you
up and about
literally
this
just said
thing.
you had
Peace
nothing
in the
to do.
Middle East. Yeah.